welcome. In this video, we'll be looking at factors and factorization. We'll start by looking at what a factor is. What is a factor? A factor or factors are simply components of an expression whose product form the expression. In algebra process, factorization is a very key skill that every student should know how to carry out. In this example, we're going to look at how we can easily factorize this expression here. X to the power of 2, negative 8x, and plus 15. How do we factorize this expression? To factorize this expression, I want us to look at two components or two parts of the expression. What are these two parts of the expression? The first one is the sum, and that is this component right here, negative 8x, is called the sum, and the product is simply the result of the multiplication of this component here, or this element of the expression, and the last element right here. So the sum of the expression is negative 8x, and the product, I will abbreviate this as prod, is simply the multiplication of these two elements, or you call it component, and that is 15x squared. Now, to factorize this, what we need to do is we need to simply ask, what are the two elements such that when I add, I'm going to get negative 8x, and when I find the product, I'll get 15x squared. So, we start asking questions. What are the factors of 8? I'll take it bit by bit. Let me leave out the variable, that is the variable in x, and just look at the numbers, okay, the quantity here, negative x and 12. So what are the two numbers such that when I add, I'm going to get negative 8, and when I multiply, I will get 15. You start running through. You need a very fluent skill in multiplication to really do this. You know, you look at 8. What are the factors of 8? We have 2. We have 4. What are the factors of 15? We have 3. We have 5. Good. So at that point, when you're doing this, calculation here, this permutation, okay, you just simply need to be very skillful in your multiplication. Since the product is a very important key here, I could just ask, what are the two numbers such that when I add them, I'll get minus 8, and when I multiply, it gives me 15. I can easily look at 15 and say, if I multiply 3 by 5, it gives me 15, right? So I can look at 3 and look at 5 as very important points to start, or very key numbers to start with. Now look at this 3 and 8. If I multiply, truly I'm going to get 15, right? And if I add this, I'm going to get 8. But we're not there yet. What we truly want is, we want negative 8. So I can as well say minus 3 and minus 12. If I multiply minus 3 by minus 5, if I multiply minus 3 by minus 5, I'm going to get 15, because negative signs when multiplied, it gives you 15. And when I add negative 3 to negative 5, I get negative 8, okay? Usually we see negative sign as being in debt, okay? So if you are in debt, $15 or $5, and you are also in debt, okay, maybe somewhere else, of $3. Altogether, your debt adds up to what? 8. And that is negative on your side. So that is also another way to get this. So I have my factors right now. This is negative. I can now put my variables, okay, to sum everything up, and I have this. Look at the variable. If I multiply all this, if I multiply negative 3x and negative 5x, I am going to get 15x squared. Definitely. Okay, look at it. X times x, that's x squared, and negative 3 times negative 5, that gives me what? 15. So this product here gives me what I want, the required result. And if I sum up this, I'm going to get negative 8x. Okay, so we are good to go. Now I'm going to put in my factor into the expression. So I will rewrite my expression as x squared negative 3x, remember, and negative 5x. Then plus 15. We're almost there. Okay, now the next step is to group what you have in the expression. And as you can see here, I have two groups here. This is how we do the grouping. Okay, so the next step from here is to factorize so that we can have our result. So I'm going to look at the two parentheses. When I look at these two parentheses here, what is the common factor in the first parenthesis? The common factor here obviously is x. Okay, and when I divide through these elements in the parentheses by x, I'm going to get the first one, x squared divided by x gives me x. And when I divide negative 3x or 3x by x, I'm going to get 3. I'm going to look at the next parenthesis. Obviously, the common factor here is negative 5. Okay? And if I divide through what I have in the parentheses, I'm going to get x minus or negative 3. Now, the easy way to know if you are doing the right thing is you must arrive at a common value in the parentheses right here. As you can see, this is x negative 3, x negative 3. At any point where what you have in the first parenthesis differs from what you have in the second parenthesis, there's something wrong with your work and you need to revisit your work. All right, so let us go and take the common factor here, which is x negative 3. Bring it out, and I'm going to group these two elements here, and I have x minus 5. This is my final answer. Oh, this has been clear enough for you. If you have any question or you have any concern, you can comment in the, you can make some comment in the comment section. Please, if you think this video has been helpful, please try to like, share to people who need it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.